Alrighty, so in this video, I'm just going to give a brief view of the fiber mesh system inside of Zbrush and how we use it. So I got this dog model loaded up here. This is just the dog project right here in the lightbox. So you guys can follow along using this or your own model if you want. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to Control D there, make it look a little nicer. And then if I want fiber mesh to appear on my dog here, I'm just gonna hold down Control and start drawing out a mask for where I want the hair to be. Okay, I'm not looking at any specific, I guess, dog breed hair or anything, but if I did, I would be following like the hair, I guess, region of that specific dog. Some dogs have short hair, some dogs have long hair, and this is just meant to be an overview of the fiber mesh and not about um, grooming a specific dog. All right, so anything like this. I'm gonna leave the mouth area. Bring this in a little tighter. And maybe the eye too. All right. So that's gonna be my dog's head hair, right? I'm gonna do a little more this. And I'm gonna invert the mask. I'm gonna soften it out a little bit, like that. Okay. So with the mask drawn, I'm just gonna go into over here on the right side. I will have a, if I can find it, fiber mesh menu. And if I click preview, there's my fiber mesh, right? And this is just a preview. This is not actually um, created yet. This is just giving you a preview of what the fiber mesh is going to be like. So in addition, so this is just the default fiber mesh hair. In addition to that, if you click on Lightbox Fibers, these are a bunch of fiber mesh preset hair that you can use if you want to generate some, I guess specific things. You can use these presets as well. They have curly, they have just regular good old fiber, super long, right? Probably a bit too long. So, you can try to do maybe another one here. They're all really long, but that's okay. We can actually control using the modifier. So first is length, obviously super long. So you can reduce that. You can see how it is calming down a little bit, right? Length. Maybe that's what you want in your dog. I don't know what the breed is, but it looks pretty good. And then you can control the max fiber amount. So this is just how many hairs there are, and this is in the thousands. So this is 2,000-ish hair. This is 36,000 hairs, right? So that allows you to control the amount of hair. And then you have your length, which I already go over, and then you have your coverage down here, which that is actually the width of the hair. So it reduces the coverage, the hair becomes thinner, which I think I like more. I don't like that wide hair. I don't think it really looks like hair to me when it's super wide. It's like kind of like a mop or something like that. So there's that, and then you have gravity. So by default, the preset set it to 0.75. If you set it to 1, it's gonna pull straight down, right? You set it to 0.5, it's gonna have a little poof to it, right? A little volume to it. Then down here, let's see what else we got. We have clump, so put to 0 clump. The hair will have no clump. 0.6. There's kind of maybe harder to see. There you go. If I put it to 1, you guys can see the clumps of the hair there. And the clump variation. Change that around, make it a little more clumpy. And then the base color and the tip color, this is the color of the hair. So the tip color, we change it to red. Right, there it is. And the root of the root or the base is still black. And you can change the color profile here. This is the root. This is the tip. So if you want the root to have more influence, just click and drag that over there. Oops, did I do it the other way? Yeah. There you go. Sorry. There you go. So now and if you notice something weird happen, why is my hair like this? Why is it sideways now, right? So that is a thing with the way hair works inside of ZBrush is anytime you make an update to your hair, see now it just changed again. So what happens there? Anytime you make an update to the hair, what happened is it looks at the direction of your mesh at that point. Like, so if I have my mesh looking up like this and I make an update to the hair, change the color, for example, the color profile, it's gonna take this as the down direction and the gravity will get updated and it's gonna pull the hair down. Does that make, I hope that makes sense. So now it's like the dog's hair is like blowing against his face, right? So I'm gonna reset this, change it back to a nice gray. All right, and then segment is already at 13. The more segments you have, the more curly your hair gets. And if this looks kind of ugly right now, keep in mind this is not your final hair look. If I render this, that's what the hair is actually supposed to look like. Okay, so so yeah, don't worry if it looks kind of like crinkly like that. That's not the final looks of the hair at all. But again, this is still just a preview. I'm actually going to reduce the length of this by a little bit more. And reduce the clump to 0. And change the, and scale tip and scale root. So if you reduce that, that's the roots of the hair should change. And then scale tip, it's bigger. And then I'm just going to reduce the overall coverage. I think the hair is like too wide. Okay. Then like that. And then maybe increase the max fibers back up. Okay. And then from here, you can, if you hit accept, then that will be your hair, right? What I like to do actually, because I don't like the direction the hair is facing. When the hair is long, it's okay that it's drooping down, but when the hair is short like this, I don't think it should be drooping down like that. So I'm gonna angle the dog kind of up like this, and then make an update, whatever the update is. Gravity, right here, 0.2. Right, so now the hair is pointing backward like that, and that's kind of what I want. Okay, click accept. Yes, turn that mode on. So now there's your hair. Click BPR render. There's my hair on my dog. Maybe I should have made it a little bit like not gray color, but maybe more like black because I can't see that well. But and this is a good point to bring up is after you click accept, you cannot go back and change any of these settings. If you messed up and you don't really like it, you just kind of gotta start over. All right. All right. So now that you have your first layer of hair, this short hair, if you type in BG, these are all your different groom, hair groom brushes. Groom blower. Oops, sorry. BG, accidentally. So groom hair short. See that? You can brush your hair. However, I typically don't like um, these groom brushes really because they tend to like not behave in a manner that I can consistently expect the result to be good, at least for my grooming needs. So usually if it's a short hair like this, I just let the gravity do the work, and then I actually use the move brush. Go in here and kind of do this. And hold down shift to soften out a little bit. So instead of using the groom brush, I just use the move brush to do my grooming needs. Okay. And be careful with the groom brush because, sorry, the move brush, because if I move, it will actually pull the hair longer. So what you can do is under brush, fiber mesh, preserve lane, you can turn it on like 1 and then turn down for the front collision. So this will allow the hair to not be so, so the front collision basically it has a shield against, so the hair basically has a shield against the mesh so that it prevents the hair from being comb into the mesh, right? So turn that down a little bit. Instead of 50, put it at like 5 or something like that. So you can groom the hair a little bit better. But typically, I wouldn't even use the FiberMesh preset, to be honest. I would just use because when you do the preset, it actually adds in a bunch of settings that we kind of have to go through and see which one we need to tweak in order for it to look good. So I would just use the sort of the default one, and then that way we know that everything kind of starts at 0 and go in and tweak whatever we need, right? So for example, I can tell that this specific hair preset that I used for this example has there's like a twist or rotation value in here that is causing the hair to be kind of like crinkly like that. Right? That might be something that you want. It might not be. So just keep that in mind. Huh. So there's the first layer. Render again. Take a look. There you go. I don't think that looks half bad. So, and that's kind of how you do fiber mesh. And then if you have, a second layer, oops, sorry, select the dog. You have a second layer, time here. Second layer, you would just mask that off as well. Be careful the ears will probably have its own layer. Invert, soften it out, preview, and now you can change the length. Oh shoot, I gotta clear out the mask first, sorry. Turn preview off, clear the mask because the head also had a mask on it. So make sure you clear the mask out. Let's say something like that. Invert, soften it out. Preview. Now here you can increase the length. And the where is the twist or revolve rate? I can turn that down to 0. The hair there is nice and straight now. You can't see it well. Hit Shift F to do half. There's the hair, right? And do actual again. Yeah, so the hair, I think I'm gonna increase the coverage for this, just back up a little bit so I can actually see the hair, right? So there's my hair. It's probably a little too long. I'm gonna reduce the length a little bit here. Maybe something like that. Check out clump, see if I get anything good. Not really. Variation. Just some light clumping. Probably be better than no clump at all. So let's say click accept. Yes, so now you have a second group of hair to work with, right? So you can switch between this guy and this guy. In your subtool here, you have your first hair and your second hair, right? I'm gonna select this guy here. Again, move brush, check your fiber mesh setting, everything's still there. Go in and start pulling. You don't really need a lot of modifying between the layers until we kind of come into more like custom pieces of hair. Like sometimes like cats will have like the clumps under the chins and things like that we'll need to get into more detailed fiber mesh works. But for the sort of overall coverage, this is pretty well this works pretty well. So I'm going to use the B groom, and I'm going to use turbulence here, and then reduce the Z intensity by quite a bit, and just go in and noise it up a little bit, just a tad. It could probably use even less Z intensity. So there you go. There's some noise. Click render. Come on. Yeah, I guess hair is hair, and it's gonna take a while to render. There you go, right? So that's how and I can maybe do a transition area right here, so the blend between the two, it looks a little bit better. But overall, yeah, that's how you do it. And this is probably going to be a part one of a 2 or maybe 3 parts tutorial series on FiberMesh. So it's already getting kind of long. So thanks for watching, and I'll be recording part 2 soon.